All right, folks, Samori Benjamin here from Yankee Stadium before Game 3 of the World Series with a very special guest, 2008 World Champion and 2007 National League Most Valuable Player, Jimmy Rollins. Jimmy, great seeing you, man, and thank you for joining me.
Of course, good seeing you, brother. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a minute, but we're here.
It's been a while, and folks, Jimmy Rollins, one of the first people I interviewed ever was Jimmy Rollins back in 2007 at Citi Field. That was the 60th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier that year, and I remember asking you, I was doing a project about the decline of black Americans in baseball and all that, and you were giving me some great knowledge, man. But we're here at the World Series. Yankees are down 0-2, so how can the Yanks get back in the series?
Well, they have to hit the ball. Obviously, it'd be nice to see Judge get on, just get out of his own way. You have to find a way to win, and honestly, it could easily be 1-1. The grand slam, history being made with Freddie with the walk-off grand slam. You don't see that happening. I understand, why the move was made. It just happened to work out for the Dodgers better than that. But you find a way to win a game. And I think the Yankees will be a different team here in New York. They're going to feel this energy. And when you feel that energy, it does something for you. Home field advantage is a real thing. So I'm looking forward to that. And, you got Titans. No one wants to see a 4-0 series. I wanted to see it go a minimum of 6 games to 7, but that's to start with a win tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And last time the Yankees were in the World Series, they played against your Philadelphia Phillies team, and they lost Game 1 of that series, except it was at home. Game 1 was at that time for the Yankees. So what do you think that, a team now down 0-2, have to win 4 of the next 5 games? What do the Yankees, how tough is that, first of all?
Well, just one at a time. You win one tonight. You cut that deficit in half, and it feels completely different. You go down 3-0, that's tough. But they've been on the other side of that, where they were up 3-0 and lost to Boston 0-4. So history is also on their side. Teams that go up 2-0 have end up losing like 80% of the World Series games. So if they're looking at that, if they need something to believe in, they could definitely hang their hat on that. But you win one game at a time. You can't do anything about the 2 that you've lost, but you have something to do tonight, and that's to win a game. You do that, and you take that to tomorrow. You do that, and you're right back in it. 3 more for you. Like I said, 2007. I remember when I interviewed you early in the year. The Mets that previous year had won the division and all that, and you all were very confident about winning the division. You all caught the Mets late in that season, and you won the MVP that year. So what do you remember just about how it all came together for you and your team that season? Yeah, that was a crazy time, man. The Braves have finally lost, or shall I say, the Mets knocked them off, and it was like, oh snap, the division's wide open. For years you grew up as a kid, and the Mets, Braves are winning the series to get to the big leagues, and they're still winning the division, and it's like, man, this is wild. They can't be beat, and then all of a sudden the Mets come and knock them off in 06, and it's like, no, actually they can be beat, and why can't it be us?
Right.
We play the Braves well. We play the Mets well. We've beaten the Braves. We've beaten the Mets. And the Braves just lost. It's wide open. So, yes, it was almost like a thank you to the Mets for clearing the way. And now it's our turn. They were just, a vote of confidence. We had made some moves. And, every once in a while, you get a feeling. And it's like, I couldn't shake it. It's like, this is us. It's our time. That's really what it was. And at the end of the season, coming down the stretch, everybody, famously knows it's down 7 with 17 games to play. The Mets had to lose, which they did, but a lot of people, you want to say how they choked or whatever, but we had to do our job and win.
Yes.
They could have lost those games. We could have played 500. They played 500. They win a division handily, but we had to win those games. We had a 7 games against them, I think, in the last 2 weeks, where we won 6 out of 7. And obviously the last day worked out very well for us.
2008, next year, you guys won the World Series against Tampa Bay. What do you remember about that?
What don't I remember? I remember going to Tampa, winning some games. I remember watching Tampa get into the World Series, not knowing until we won first, not knowing who we were going to play, but also being ready. It didn't matter. It was almost like 07, as fast as it was, getting knocked out immediately. It was like, okay, we know you celebrate, but you don't party. And I think for us, getting there finally, we partied. It's like, it's time to go party. Like, we finally made it to the playoffs. And we learned that lesson that the job wasn't finished. The next year we were able to get it done, clinching at home. We had the pause, the 2.5 days of not playing because of rain, weather, and home field, I think, advantage flips us then. We got Brad Led striking out Eric Hensky, and then it was a party. Then we were finally able to party.
Last two. What do you remember about the next year 09 World Series?
What happened?
what do you remember about the next season, the
Yeah,
09?
yeah,
Yeah, man.
all I know is last time I was here, it didn't end well, but it was a great series. We had a lot of fun. It was Chase basically and Matsui. You couldn't get either one of them out. Every time we faced Matsui, it was runners on first and second, first and third. There were no empty bases, and he wasn't missing. And it was just a little bit too much of them and not enough of us. But it was a great time, no doubt about it. Obviously, we wanted to win. You know, we beat Tampa, the first year, but. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I think there's always a little something more when you say you beat the Yankees, but we didn't get a chance to do that.
Last one for you. You inspired so many ball players who come after you, and I saw when Francisco Lindor, you were interviewing him on TV, and he was telling you how he's wanted to do what you did, what he grew up watching you do, how you inspired him. So what did it feel to have someone like that to say that to you?
Yeah, it's crazy because I know what it's like to look up to somebody. For me it was Ricky Henderson. That's what I wanted to be like. I would emulate him and really try to be like him, try to mentally think what he's going through, steal bases, everything. That's why I stayed at first. So when you hear it for yourself, I think your first thing is like, nah, you just saying that. That's cap. You know what I'm saying? But when they tell you over and over and over again, it's like, okay, and it's like maybe I can accept that now. And it's tough, because it's like, man, I really meant that much to somebody because I know what it's meant for me. But to hear it, it's kind of like, are you really saying that? But it's definitely an honor, and it means that I went out there and I made an impression.
Yeah, you definitely can see your game and his game, similar size, switch hitter. Both of y'all have pop and speed, so definitely. It's real, and as a kid, your World Series memories watching.
Yes.
As a kid?
Yeah. Well, shoot. Really, I grew up an Oakland A's fan.
Yes.
So I had a couple, and one
88, 89, 90.
One didn't end so well for Philly when Ricky went over to Toronto in '93.
Yeah.
And 3 years later, I'm drafted by the team. So I have a lot. I have some heartbreaks. Obviously, Kirk Gibson in '88 hit the home run, just like Freddie hit the grand slam here, and the Dodgers went on to win the World Series. '89, we had the earthquake, but it was a battle of the Bay. And we won that World Series as an Oakland A's. So, I mean, there are plenty, but those are my most memorable for sure.
All right, so Jimmy, I love watching you on TBS with Pedro and Curtis Granderson, Dusty Baker. You're great. Like I said, you were probably definitely one of the first, if not the first guy I interviewed covering baseball back in '07. So thank you so much, man.
Appreciate
Great seeing you, and you're the man.
Thank you.
All right, my brother. All right, folks, we're back.